Good morning, Franklin. It's a little after 11 a.m. on Monday morning, and it's time for your top three things. What's going on this week? I'm Eric Stuckey, your city administrator. I am out here at the West Haven neighborhood. We just finished what we call City Hall on Wheels. We were out here with, sponsored by Franklin Tomorrow. Had a good group of folks out here, gave an update on a number of city projects. It was streaming live on franklintn.gov. And so we just finished that up, and we're going to go ahead and do our top three things out here. So I've got my official Post-it. Hopefully the wind doesn't get in the way too much, blow it away from me. But here's your first thing. Hillsborough Road has been progressing along. We had hoped to have had that project done by the end of last year. It got deferred a little bit with some other complications with the contractor. We're glad that it's moving forward. We hope to be resurfacing that and putting the final coating of pavement on by the end of this month, first part of April. So that's exciting. That's a big improvement. One of the things we'll be doing along with that final surfacing is we're going to modify a little bit the striping, the lane striping for the northbound traffic. And so that right turn lane that goes into Joel Cheek, and then there's another right turn lane into Franklin High School, will all be blended into one right-hand lane headed north. So you can get in that lane sooner, still turn onto Joel Cheek or into the high school if you need to, but then you can, otherwise traffic can keep flowing, and that should give us some additional capacity for northbound Hillsborough Road. So that's item number one. Hillsborough is moving along, and hopefully will be resurfaced by the end of this month. Next one. Another major road project on just the other part of town, a little further east, Franklin Road. We're making improvements from downtown, from the bridge out to past Liberty Pike and to the factory and Harlansdale. And so that project has been designed, and we are now moving into the stage where we obtain the different right-of-ways that we need to build the road and the sidewalk that will go with it. And there are about 44 tracks that we need to put together to make that road project happen. So over the next year, we will be doing that work. And we're going to have a public meeting on March 20th. So that's a week from tomorrow at City Hall at 6 p.m. to better explain the project to the public, but especially those who may be impacted in terms of us needing to get some property from you to put a sidewalk in or help with the road improvements. So again, 44 tracts of land. So there's a lot of work to be done to get that project going. And March 20th at City Hall at 6 p.m. And then finally, wanted to give you an update of something we've talked about, the Hill property, that project and that potential change of land use on the city-owned 4+ acres at Hillsborough and Del Rio, right near downtown, near the river. We have done a survey of the public, and we closed that out on Friday, and we had over 1,100 respondents to that survey. Pretty remarkable response from our community. We're going to be taking that together, collating those responses, and then talking with the board a little more about whether they want to look at some changes in land use on that piece of property. Of course, one of the options was to look at residential on that property, and there are especially some folks who want to look at that for potential workforce housing neighborhood type of development there. So more decisions to be made there. No decisions made yet, but your input's important, and we'll be getting back with the board on that as well. So those are your three things. Hillsborough Road moving forward, hopefully paving by the end of March, first part of April. Franklin Road starting to move forward on the next steps on that. We'll have a public meeting on March 20th at 6 p.m. at City Hall. And item 3, thank you for everybody who helped us with the Hill survey. Over 1,100 of you responded and gave us your feedback. We appreciate that, and more work's coming there. So that's your 3 things for today, Franklin. Have a great week.